Doug Hill, thanks for taking the time. A couple of games, and oddly something different happened. You came in undefeated. You got a tie and a loss against San Jose and Seattle this past weekend, but I thought your team played fairly well.
No, thanks for the compliment. We did play pretty well, and you did, I think, played for 90 minutes strong. That first game, San Jose is a very good team. They're a little younger than they were last year, but they play well, and they came out and got that early goal. But the fight in our team and the perseverance and the way they play for 90 minutes got them back in it. And I think in the 87th minute, you saw Jake Angelotti had a good corner kick. Tyler Johnson headed that ball in cleanly. It was a brilliant play, and went up into the crowd and celebrated with his friends and family and stuff like that. Because it was a good, and getting 1 point's better than getting no points. But I thought they deserved a point. I thought we played well at the beginning of the game and had chances to put it away, and we didn't. So lesson learned, you got to put your early chances away. And I think in that second game we did.
Yeah, for sure. Against Seattle, you came out on fire in that game, and I think you really put a lot of pressure on the goaltender.
Yeah, senior day, you never know how it's going to go because the families, the emotions, everything's going on. But we did start on our front foot, and I loved it. I don't think I've been ahead 2-0 in the first 15 minutes of any game this year. And then, unfortunately, we gave away a penalty kick, and they scored on 3 set pieces. Kind of what happened to us down in Houston Christian the previous weekend. We were down 1-0, and we scored 3 set piece goals in the second half and got away with the win. Well, we had a little bit taste of our own medicine. We gave away some set pieces, and we weren't very good on them, which gives us a little correction we can improve on set pieces and corner kicks, and they scored 2, and it was 3-1 at halftime, or 3-2 because we got those 2 early goals. But then second half, we got a penalty kick, and Dad put that one away, and it's 3-3 all the way to the end. And then the most unfortunate thing happened. I think it was back and forth. It was a pretty good game. Anybody could score different chances, and John Bazuski went up for that ball, and he came down and kind of had to come out, and we had our sub keeper come in, and unfortunately we got scored on. We're checking out John to see how he's doing, but hopefully he can return to the pitch. But not the way you want to go out on senior day. It was a loss. If we won that game, we definitely won the conference. We were driving the train. We were controlling our own destiny. But I felt really terrible for the seniors. It's a long haul. They've been putting in all this work. Their families are there, and they go down. But 45 minutes later, I find out that somebody else did the work for us. And in my 28 years, I haven't seen where I lose and I feel good because we found out the news that we won the conference championship.
Yeah, Grand Canyon beat San Jose, and you are conference champions. So was there a little bit? I mean, it was like, oh, man, we're down. We lost senior day. Wait a minute, we're conference champs.
Yeah. It took me a little while because I usually go to game film and replay the whole game in my mind, and now I switch gears and go, we know we're in first place. We know we're not playing to the following, Friday. After this Grand Canyon game, we'll play on I guess it's the 5th or 6th of November, and we'll see how, we know when we're playing. And we know we're in first place, but now there's 4 or 5 teams fighting for second place to get that bye because 1 and 2 get byes, and the next 4 play each other. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I don't want to move on, though, without talking about the seniors. What a great class this is. They all got recognized before the game, and they've all contributed in their own way.
Yeah, a great group, and I think we do really well when we have a lot of seniors on the team. 9 and 10 seniors, all contributing. Bring in just the intangibles that you don't always see, the work ethic, the competitiveness. They're fighters. You want them on the field when you're going into battle. But starting with John Bazuski, he kept us in a lot of games this year. And tremendous. He didn't have a lot of game time before that, so stepped up to the plate. And people thought this year, you lost 6 seniors last year. It's a rebuilding year. And I don't call it rebuilding at Air Force. I call it restocking the shelf. Those guys are ready. They've been sitting there. They're anxious, and they just need a chance to play, and that's what happened. Tyler Johnson, he was a high-minute guy, left back, scored key goals. He scored the goal against San Jose to get the tie. Scored 2 goals at Houston Christian to give us the win. So instrumental player, Then you got our workhorse, our captain, our leader, the guy that can take the game on, change the complexity of the game, London Agadu. Perfect, great. Still a leader. He'll be back in next match because he didn't get that 4th yellow in the game, so he's only down to 3. They misidentified a player and playing really well. And then you go with our 2 workhorses, Jake Chavez and Burgoyce. I mean, our strength of our midfield is the workhorses and the power they give, the ball winning ability, the carrying of the ball through the midfield, making us play like a great team. You know, you got Elijah Bussey up top, Luke Hill out on the side, Angeletti, leading assist guy, making us play, making us dangerous. They're all good 3 forwards that can change the complexity of a game. So I thought, what we have, and Matt Benson, there was key games that he stepped in that, he isn't a starter, but some of their outside backs were hurt. Tyra was hurt, and we didn't miss a beat. So having that depth is brilliant. They're warriors. They're going to do great things out in the Air Force. They're force multipliers. And what people don't understand is they're putting 18 to 20 hours a week down into the thing. That's not including our travel and our away games, and we were away on the road for 5 weekends, and they still have to complete all the schoolwork. So credit to them, what they've done to the team, and they brought a new level of work ethic and a competitiveness, even in practice. And when you make the practice competitive like they do, the team gets better. So even our younger players are really pushing up higher, and hopefully we can not rebuild next year and restock, but we're losing 9 great starters.
You certainly are. So moving ahead, this weekend, you play Grand Canyon in a, for you, meaningless game, but it sure means a lot to a lot of other teams. How do you guys go into it?
Yeah, funny you say that because most teams are playing Friday night. I wish we had like Championship Sunday in the English Premier League where they all play their last game at the same time at 1 o'clock, and no one has the advantage to see how it's doing. I will tell you one thing. When I told you my seniors are competitive, this team's competitive. You look at Thad Doing and Burnsy and all the other guys that step in, Fede Millon. They're not stepping on the field to just say, oh, this game doesn't matter. If you step on the field, we're playing to win. That's the Air Force mentality. We're going to attack. We're going to pressure. We're going to give it all. I may not play them all the same minutes they want to have. I may spread it out a little bit, make sure we don't go injured into the following weekend. Like you said, does it matter? No, we're in first place. We're going to be in first place whether they win, lose, or tie. But even myself, I'm not stepping on the field playing for a tie or a loss. We're playing to win. So it's going to be competitive. It's going to be nice. And there's a lot of other teams that are depending on how we do. All I'm going to tell them is when we step on the field, we're going to give it all.
Fantastic. Doug, congratulations again on another regular season WAC championship, and good luck this weekend.
Oh, thanks, Brian.